Upwork CEO Hayden Brown joins us now. Very good afternoon to you, Hayden. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So let us know exactly why you've decided to stop advertising on Facebook and its platforms.
We feel at this time it is really important for us to come out clearly as an anti-racist organization and make sure that our voice is heard for Facebook and others who need to frankly be doing more in order to stop misinformation, hate speech, and racism on their own platforms. And so as an advertiser on Facebook, we want to make it clear that we really think they need to be doing more, as this advocacy group has put together a number of really sensible recommendations that Facebook can follow to make the platform the place that it should be and make it a place where we do want to advertise once again.
Are you suggesting that Facebook is racist?
No, not at all. What we're suggesting is there's a lot of content on the Facebook platform that contains misinformation and hate speech. And as an advertiser, we do not want to have our ads shown next to that type of content. And so Facebook has a number of things that they can do to make the platform more transparent to advertisers in terms of when is content being shown, when is advertising content being shown next to that type of content, and making sure that that does not happen, as well as doing more for users in the form of moderation, resources, et cetera, for when users are being targeted based on their identity. And so there are a number of really sensible things that the Stop Hate for Profit advocacy group has put together as proposals that Facebook could follow, or they could suggest other alternative things that they think are more impactful to address these core challenges.
Hayden, have you put those ad dollars to a competitor's platform instead because you like their policies better? And if so, I'm curious which one, because I would imagine a number of the big advertisers haven't followed suit here because it's hard to find a platform with the size and scale of Facebook's reach and the engagement numbers as well.
Absolutely. Facebook obviously has tremendous reach. We are looking at other platforms where we can put that money to work. But I think the important thing here is that it's time for companies to take a stand on how to become more anti-racist in this society, in a world where we're seeing really the tragic outcome of systemic racism in the United States and how that is playing out. And so this is about us being really clear and using our money to say, Facebook, there are things that you can be doing better and differently, and asking that they really take a look at what those changes could be, whether it is the specific ones outlined in this campaign or others that they may think are even more potent and powerful in combating misinformation and racism on the platform from really spreading and being something that is content that we as advertisers, again, really don't want to be supporting or showing up next to in any way.
How much was it an issue for you of the way that Facebook specifically has been handling President Trump's tweets, or not tweets, but Facebook posts, which Twitter has handled in a different way by putting labels on it and warnings on it about its accuracy and calling to attention? Is that the sort of issue that bothers you?
Right now we're really focused on issues around racism and hate speech. And I think that there is a lot of user-generated content that Facebook can do a lot more to moderate and to make sure, again, there's transparency and visibility around what type of content is being propagated by the Facebook algorithms, and in what cases is Facebook profiting from advertisers showing up next to that type of content. So this was not a specific referendum on Twitter versus Facebook's approach to Trump's comments per se. This is looking much more globally at a systemic issue in our society and how Facebook can really play a proactive, powerful role in making the world better and helping ensure that we are not, us and others are not really, again, profiting from that type of content being shown next to our ads. Like we don't want to be associated with that. And I think Facebook can do a lot to help mitigate those issues and help users not be victims of targeted misinformation, hate speech, et cetera, on the platform. I think those are both really important issues.
Was this, Hayden, a huge shift for you? How much did you spend last year in terms of advertising on Facebook platforms?
So last year we spent a total of $96 million on sales and marketing in totality across a range of platforms. And so we don't actually disclose Facebook specifically, but we felt that, when I saw the list of recommendations that were put together for this campaign by the likes of the NAACP, Color of Change, the organizations that really have an incredible track record of understanding these issues and really putting forward sensible solutions. When I read through their recommendations on Friday as we were looking at this decision, it just seemed like a no-brainer that these were sensible requests that Facebook could follow through on, and that it would help us and the Facebook platform be a much more powerful part of making our society anti-racist and addressing some of the systemic challenges that we're seeing today.
Hayden Brown, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.